For 50 years, Healthcare Alternative Systems has been a trusted partner to our communities in the Chicagoland area. Guided by a deep commitment to healing, equity, and culturally responsive care, we walk beside every participant on their journey towards wellness. Last year alone, Haas touched over 16,200 lives. Nearly 90% of those we served were low income, and more than 2,800 individuals received life-saving substance use treatment. Because of Haas, we believe every person, regardless of their background, deserves the opportunity to heal, to hope, and to thrive.
Sometimes we're the last place that they go to. And when you see someone change for the better, and they get their family back, and they go back into their communities, and they're happy, it's the greatest feeling. And I don't think people know that about Haas, that although we've been here 50 years, since 1974, and it started just with a dream from our founder, Antonio Garcia. We've grown so much and made so much impact in the community that I don't think people realize that.
Haas prides themselves on making the clients first, and making sure that everybody understands that their job is important, and it's important to do your job so that the clients get what is expected to come out of you doing your job, so they can reap the benefits of it.
Feedback from the community is always good because you got to listen to the community. The community knows what they need in their own community. So if you don't listen to the community, we're being selfish. And by us being in the social work or behavioral health, we cannot be selfish because the services that we provide are not only needed in the community, but a lot of these services, they're up north on Sheridan or Broadway, where the biggest social service agencies provide services. And here in the Austin neighborhood or in the South Side, we don't have that privilege.
HAS is taking the necessary steps to ensure that gambling and outreach is amplified in the communities, in the Austin area, and in the back of the yards, neighborhoods. We are doing trainings, we're doing education, and we're also meeting individuals where they're at by going to gambling establishments such as the gas stations, lottery stations, video gaming terminals, and to ensure that individuals have the information. Prevention works.
I think in my generation, I believe that there is a big stigma when it comes to mental health and domestic violence and pertaining to the department I work in. I grew up in a Hispanic culture. I'm Hispanic, and domestic violence, it was seen as a norm when it should not be. It was more so of, it happens and you kind of just need to move forward and stay in the relationship when that shouldn't be the case.
The concept of the living room is a brand new idea for mental health. It is a crisis now approach because crisis is defined differently by all of us. And so what we do is meeting people what their needs are at that time. Sometimes people come in and they're not looking for a resource. The living room is just to be heard. Oftentimes we go through problems, and some of us are fortunate enough to have a support system, but others don't. And that's what the living room is for, available to let people know that they're not alone when they're going through things. We are staffed with peer support who are lived experience because it's easier to connect with individuals who have walked through similar shoes or paths that we have also have.
Back in 2004, I got hurt at a construction site. And I got put on painkillers that led to a heroin addiction, and which caused me to become homeless for a couple of years. Haas changed my life. To sit here right now and talk about it, and I try not to get emotional about it because, they met me at my lowest point in my life when I had no hope. And when I walked into that program, first thing I got was smiles, understanding. I felt home.
Well, Haas is filling really one of the most essential gaps for the services that we see because we work with people who use drugs, whose drug use has become chaotic and unmanageable. And so Their Nexus Clinic, their medicated assisted recovery, is the most important clinic in a beautiful, clean space that shows that they respect those who come into the space.
Reaching 50 years of healing and hope and being in the community for that long, since 1974, it's indescribable. There's so many great not-for-profits that have left, and here we are still standing, and it speaks to the mission, it speaks to the people that just day in and day out come out and help people. It's not an easy job.
Oh, I'd say you are a blessing from God. God bless you and you are blessing us. And I hope this don't finish.